Coming up on Refresh.
Somebody leaves you, it's a sign that they were never supposed to be with you. And almost 30 years I hadn't been able to leave, not because I didn't have the opportunity. God carried me through my mama for me to stay. I can do it in Birmingham. I ain't got to move to Atlanta. I ain't got to move to Texas. I ain't got to move to Florida. I can do it right here in Birmingham. When you've been carried and you're located in a certain place, never deny yourself the opportunity that God gave you because you were carried by your mother.
I am the one walking in faith till the work is done. Refresh. I am the one, a place for me. Refresh is home.
My title today, A Mother Carries Greatness. A mother carries greatness. Now, I want to help you with something with the climate that we're in right now and understanding the Word of God and how God operates. So you would take this scripture from time to time and you would categorize it as a Christmas sermon. But within these scriptures, as you read the scripture, it gives you the mindset of God. So when God gets ready to show up to relieve the oppressed, he puts a child inside of a woman's womb. So be careful how you handle the people around you. They may be your deliverer. So God no longer just functions in the mystical. Sometimes we make church so mystical because we don't want to give human beings credit for their faithfulness to God. But you have to understand, God doesn't operate like that, and God doesn't have a problem sharing his glory with someone who brings glory to him. So he takes a person, puts them in a womb, allows them to be birthed into the earth, and then he rallies people to a place of liberty and freedom. I do not know of any person in the earth that rallied people to freedom that was not born of a woman. So all who try to take the credibility of one who went through the proper channels of being placed in a womb and coming down the birth canal and then accepting the assignment on their life, not for themselves, but for the benefit of others, you ought to celebrate them and not criticize them. Psalms 127 verse 3, behold, children are a heritage from the Lord. The fruit of the womb is a reward. Now I want to help you with some things that you have to understand. Every major athlete came through some mother's womb. Every person that's having impact came through some mother's womb. Every menace to society came through some mother's womb. Every good person and trustworthy person and person of integrity came through some mother's womb. Every murderer came through some mother's womb. Regardless of how we categorize them, they came through some mother's womb. Some of them bring a reward to the mother who carried them. Some seemingly, temporarily, if they're under the sound of my voice, bring a disgrace to the mother that carried them. Boy, your mama didn't raise you like that. But when you understand that God places you in the womb, it's your choice when you exit to either bring value to your mother or disgrace to the mother that carried you. My mother's value wasn't determined by what she achieved. My mother's value is determined by what I do with my life. And if I do well with my life, it speaks to the value of my absent mother. I represent my mother. While I'm standing on this platform, God gave me a little old 23-member church, and look what the Lord has done, because my mama didn't abort me, my mama didn't have a miscarry with me. And I know some people don't like it, but I'm here now. Mary carried more than a child. She carried a promise. My mother was carrying a promise. I meet so many people now. You may not meet anybody, but I meet so many people now, and they tell me from 30 and 40 years back, I remember when we prayed that God would send somebody like you. People have come to my church, real prayer warriors, real saints, real born again people, and told me, you are the image of what we prayed for. I'm so glad my mama got to carry me. Let me help some of y'all who have a difficulty with my boldness. My boldness should not be a problem to you, because I was called to speak for you in the face of kings. And what you don't understand, if you got a puppet for a pastor, you're never going to have liberty in front of a king, because you can't walk before kings with a slavery mentality and expect them to liberate the people. You won't speak for yourself. Let me go on. She carried a promise, a generation's answer. What was in her was a generation's answer. The doctors told my mom, I was the 12th child, I'm the government. The doctors told my mom, you need a baby like you need a hole in your head. In reference saying to her, if you don't need a hole in your head, you don't need a child. But the doctors didn't know. They were professionals. They were educated, but they didn't know. My mama had some inkling on the inside of her that this boy is going to be something else. This boy is going to shake nations. This boy is going to change the trajectory of the way we deal with church. And I'm not just here to change the community. The way you think about church, the weakness that you think about church, the isolated things that you do in church. I came to rattle your cage today because you ought to be more faithful than that if you are a born again believer, and you ought to celebrate worship, not come against worship. Then the angel said to her, do not be afraid, Mary, for you have found favor with God. Luke 1 and verse 30. Some of y'all spend too much time trying to get favor with people that can't change your circumstances. I don't know how much more of your life you're going to keep running behind people who can't change your circumstances. I don't know why you're going to keep stifling your growth, running with somebody you know don't like you. You know they jealous of you. I just made up my mind that I was going to have favor with God, and if I got favor with God, he will select the men that I have favor with. Your selections are off, that's why your feelings are hurt. But when God selects the ones he's going to give you favor with, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Great mothers often carry greatness before greatness carries a title. Before you got the degree, before you made an A on your first test, before you graduated, before you got the job that you desired, before all these things that are now your makeup, your mama carried you. Before you got the attitude and the arrogancy that's attached to your achievements. The hardest thing to deliver a man from is his temporary achievements. And I did say temporary, because the dumb decisions he's making, he ain't gonna be there long. He's not going to be there long. But you got to understand something, that whether you were articulate, studious, in all the forms, she did not deny carrying you. She carried you not knowing exactly what you will become. Because today's time, if it's anything like it was back then, and it is similar, that's why the weaknesses are so mounted up in today's society, especially in church, because mamas didn't know what they were carrying, but they carried it anyway. I'm going to say that again. Mamas didn't know what they were carrying, but they carried it anyway. So, okay, you got problems with Congress. Why don't you raise up a congressman? Oh, we ain't got that many claps. Stop putting everybody on the ball field. Stop putting everybody on the basketball court. Because I believe they can do more than carry a ball. I believe they can do more than sit there on the bench and wait their turn. It's time to get them off of the bench. If the mama carried them, come on, let's carry them even higher. Just because I can hit 3-pointers don't mean you need to spend the rest of my life pushing me in something that I don't have the ability to hang in there until I retire. Great mothers often carry greatness before greatness carries a title. Now, this is what happened with my mom. And some of y'all need to hear this. Some of you need to let your children hear this. When we got better, her position got better. We moved her into a house she didn't have to pay for. We bought her furniture that she didn't have to pay for. So I'm glad your children are here who feel no responsibility to the one that carried them. And never treat your mama like the dishonorable father that helped you to get here. Because some boys treat their mama like the daddy did, and the daddy don't have no better sense than to treat the mama like a queen, like she really is. And most of you treat your wives like you saw or didn't see your mama treated. How do you know the difference between right and wrong, and you never had an example in your life to show you how to treat a queen that carried you and had options to abort you? Can I go on? Can I go on? Greatness is often hidden in ordinary moments. Some of you girls in here, you're with child and can't nobody tell right now. And if you communicate with the wrong crowd, you may abort destiny. You thinking, how did he know? It's that the Lord knows everything. I just listen. I don't care if it was a rape. Bring it into this world, because God's got a plan for whatever you carrying right now, and you never would have gotten pregnant if God didn't have a purpose. I'm gonna say it again. You never would have gotten pregnant if God didn't have a purpose. Now that he has a purpose, you gotta carry that thing full term. You gotta let everybody criticize you for being pregnant and not married. Some of y'all get insulted. You married and they talking about you and you're married. Let me tell you why they talking about you and you're married. Because they can't have anything. Greatness is often hidden in ordinary moments. This is an ordinary moment. This seems like an ordinary Mother's Day. But you got to start valuing what you carry and what you carried. And if they carried you, get the eyes of resentment out and start celebrating what carries you. I don't have my biological mother here, but she never did think I resented her. What God births through a mother can change generations. What God births through a mother can change generations. I love Hannah. Hannah couldn't have a child, Peninnah could. Hannah was in depression. She said, God, if you give me a child, I'll give him back to you. I'll make sure he serves your purpose. See, that's the way we need to birth our children. We need to say, God, if you give me, I want one real bad. If you give me one, I'll give him back to you. At a certain age when he's weaned, I'll take him to the house of God. I'll always make sure he serves in the house of God. I don't care how dark it gets in the community. I'm going to point him back to the house of God. I don't care what they say about the priest. I'm going to tell him you honor your priest because I need you to make a difference in a generation. I don't think y'all know what's on the line. Mothers are often the first environment greatness experiences. That's powerful. Mothers are often the first environment that greatness experiences. Can I talk to you mothers? You got to value what you birth and don't just throw them into daycare. And let me talk to some of you mothers who got a new boyfriend and you got children that you're trying to dump so you can date. No disrespect, no disrespect. But the next time you look in their eyes, they may be a generational changer. And you put them in an environment for molestation. You know it was you know your uncles are creeps. You put your half these women that's been molested was molested by a family member. Can I get a sound from the daughters in this house? I got you on this one. I got you. Don't you be dumping your child off. Tell that joker I can't date. I can't find a babysitter. And if they can't go with us, we can't go. I got something. Let everybody around you know you got something valuable that you're raising. You may not have been married, but God gave you a child, and that child is too valuable for you to throw over to your neighbor and throw over to your family members and throw over to people you don't know. I told y'all I was going to preach up in here. Because in order to stop you, the devil's got to start early. In order to stop you, he's got to get you twisted before you're 5 years old. See, most of the limits that goes on with people, it happens before they're 5 years old. That's why I don't take it personal. You got some childhood issues. You don't have adult issues. You have childhood issues. Childhood trauma happens when you're a small child. People mishandle you when you're small. And then what it does, it gets into the fiber of your being. And now you see everything through the eyes and lenses of something that's skewed, and you don't know what's really right and what's really wrong because you were dropped off in an environment and people got to you should never have gotten to you. And grown men don't play with dolls, so if they were playing with dolls, they had a motive. So it creates problems when we're young. The Bible talks about they tried to kill Moses when he was 2 years old. They tried to kill Jesus when he was 2 years old. The devil comes after every child when they're in that toddler state. And that's why you got to protect your children. We're going to upgrade our children's ministry to make sure no predators and pedophiles are in our children's ministry. You want to know why? Because we're raising greatness in that back room. And we're going to move it into that. I know you don't want to hear it. I know you don't want to hear it, but that's all right. Because we get letters to tell us every pedophile that moves into this neighborhood. So we ain't saying they can't come to church, but they can't get close to our children. Oh, somebody better get with me up in here. Where the mothers at? All the things I thought I couldn't do when I was young, I'm doing it right now. everything that I thought I couldn't do. And guess what? I'm not afraid of anybody. You want to know why? God's with me. My mother realized God was with me. And my message may not seem like what you want to hear. It's because I'm going somewhere you may not be going. Because the rules on this level says we support, we unify, we push in the same direction. Because when you have numbers, people automatically respect you. This is what they told me, Mr. White. They said, we have to make sure that you're on the roster at the Greater Birmingham Mayor Prep Breakfast. I'm like, why do they want to make sure of that? They know I got influence. They know when I'm sitting at that head table, something's going to change. They know I know how to come in compliance with their protocol. I can be radical, but I understand protocol. I get up when it's my time to get up. I could run this whole service if I wanted to, but I have set protocol that I obey myself. So I'm teaching myself that when I get into the arena where I got to affect change for you, I got to be studious enough to sit there and wait on my turn to impact the whole room. And I never speak in a room without impacting the whole room. Why? Because my mama carried me, and my mama didn't carry no fool, and my mama carried an influencer, and my mama carried a gospel preacher, and my mama carried a great leader, and my mama carried a man of integrity, and my mama carried a man that loves his wife and loves his children. My mama carried a man that loves his church and will do anything for his church, because the shepherd gives his life for the flock. And while you entertaining everybody that left, it was a sign that they weren't the shepherd, because shepherds can't run when the sheep are being attacked. Let me help you, and I'm done. Anybody that leaves your life when you're in trouble, it's a sign that they were a phony the whole time you were there. And some of y'all are running after people who are leaving your lives. God even said it in the word. The sign that they were not with you is they left you. If somebody leaves you, it's a sign that they were never supposed to be with you. In almost 30 years, I hadn't been able to leave, not because I didn't have the opportunity. God carried me through my mama for me to stay. I can do it in Birmingham. I ain't got to move to Atlanta. I ain't got to move to Texas. I ain't got to move to Florida. I can do it right here in Birmingham. When you've been carried and you're located in a certain place, never deny yourself the opportunity that God gave you, because you were carried by your mother. Come on, I need you to jump up on your feet. I need you to shout, I've been carried. I was carried by my mother, and because my mother carried me, I'm going to make an impact in this earth. I'm not just going to work a job. I'm going to change history. Say it with me. I'm going to change history. Come on, I'm going to change history. Say it louder. I'm going to change history. Slap about 3 people, high five, tell them it's already changed. Hey. I think I was bouncing around like a boxer, but I was getting ready. I was getting ready, baby. I'm not running away from the fight. I'm ready to get in the fight. My mama carried a fighter. My mama carried one that persevered. I'm not gonna turn my back. You better get ready. That's just my left hand with my right hand. Are y'all ready? I said, are you ready? Make some noise.
I'm already changed. Already changed. Already changed. Already changed. Already changed.
our young people what it's like. Let them hear you roar. Let them hear you roar. Let them hear you roar. I was built for this. 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 Turn to your neighbor. I was built for this. I was built for this. Well, in our Bibles, in the book of Isaiah, the Bible speaks of Jesus Christ, not using his name, but it talks about how the spirit of wisdom would rest upon him. And sometimes we think that that was only for Jesus. But when you receive Jesus as your Lord and personal Savior, the spirit of wisdom is also released on your life. It gives you the ability to make choices that are going to be beneficial, not just to you, but to the people around you. I often think when I'm sitting, I think about my choices and I think, who will those choices impact? And how will those choices impact others? That's wise thinking, because every decision impacts someone. So when the spirit of wisdom comes on you, you understand what the domino effect looks like. So if the spirit of wisdom is on you and you can see from each move that you make what's going to happen. It may seem like you are a prophet when you are in the spirit of wisdom. But no, you just understand patterns. You understand through wisdom what can happen behind each move, each decision. And you'll make good decisions in a moment. That decision you make in a moment can impact years. So I want to believe with you that the spirit of wisdom will come on you. And as the spirit of wisdom comes upon your life, you're going to make decisions that you're going to celebrate even years from now or even tomorrow, because those words and those decisions that you use are going to be most impactful simply because you now have wisdom. So I'm believing, and you believe with me, that the spirit of wisdom is going to rest on your life. And everything you see from this point on is going to look more favorable because you have the spirit of wisdom. So enjoy it, benefit from it, and let others enjoy the decisions that you have made. God bless you.